This is an introduction. Hi.
Hey.
That was fun. All of that was fun.
Yeah.
The land of off air is.
It was a group effort.
It was a group effort.
There was a lot going on before that.
Who's this guy?
So we have our very first guest
Woo!
on Weirdsterly. And it's none other than my dad,
The Don.
the Don. I call him dad, though, because it's weird to call him Don.
I've seen that happen before. It's been weird for you.
Yeah. The only times I ever call you Don is when we're at like a store and if like we're split up and I need his attention.
Don!
I was going to say, do you ever get mad and like pull out the full government?
No.
I don't know.
As an
Sometimes
old
if my mom is acting up, I will be like, Diane.
Oh, like, you know, the 3 name call? No.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't think we've gotten to that level yet.
No, but I will say one thing that's kind of cool about our names is that initial wise, he is Dr. Miller. So when he signs certain documents, he's Dr. Miller. And then when I have to sign certain documents, I'm Sr. Miller. So I'm Senorita Miller.
I like it.
In fact, in Groton, there was a Dr. Miller one time that had a parking spot for him. Parking for Dr. Miller. And he wasn't there a lot. I used the spot several times.
Because Dr. Miller.
It was right next to where Charter Oak Credit Union used to be. So
nice.
it was mine.
I like all of that.
So the reason the Don is here is to talk about real estate.
Woohoo!
I know about that.
In case you couldn't see his tie, which is
I saw that.
is actually a Father's Day gift from me.
Yes.
There's an amazing site I occasionally go to whenever he needs Father's Day or birthday presents or whatnot. He is the one dad who actually asks for ties.
Ties are expensive.
I know.
I went through a punk rock phase. Oof.
Can you imagine what Avril Lavigne was doing back in the day?
Oh my
Does this mean I'm in
Lanta.
a punk rock phase?
If you
It
want,
might.
Okay.
I mean, we can make you emo.
Wow. Something to look forward to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, but then I got that hair thing that's going on that's not going on.
they got wigs on Amazon.
Okay.
I have Prime. It's fine.
All right.
All right. So what we're going to talk about is your history of weird stories. But let's start. How did you get into real estate? I know the story, but others don't know the story. So let's share the story.
I think I always liked real estate, but well,
we did like living in houses.
We did like living in houses. That was a very good option for us.
Yes.
And so, well, I think for almost forever, I've never really had less than one job.
This is also true.
If anybody ever saw the show In Living Color back in the 90s, where they had like 12 jobs at a time.
Color.
Yeah, that was me. So I decided that at one time I was going to quit one job, and I just, your mom, my wife, decided that, we were going to buy a for sale sign. You can do real estate now if you want to, since you just quit one of your other jobs. And so, I mean,
I remember that era.
I had time on my hands that I didn't, had available now. So I had a friend of mine that I knew when I was in the Navy, and I called him up and I said, how do you become a realtor? And he goes, you call this phone number and then you call me back in 4 months after you got your license, and we'll go from there. So 4 months later, I called him back, and that was 18 years ago.
Something like that. 2006?
2006, 2007.
So fun little tidbit, though. I went to real estate school before he ever did. I went to real estate school when I was 18. And then your same friend told me I would need about 10 grand startup. And I was like, I don't have that as an 18-year-old.
Wow.
Back then, because of self-advertising and whatnot. So I just worked 7 jobs instead to make up for that.
I remember that time too.
Yes.
You worked 7 jobs.
I was never around, but I was such a rich 19-year-old. Anyway,
so now let's see. There's a couple stories over the years that I remember doing some open houses, and some of the open houses, when you're there by yourself, you either have 50 or 60 people come at a time, or you're just sitting there for 2 hours that just sort of like
playing solitaire
playing solitaire on your phone and nothing's happening. But there was this one house I remember, and your mom was with me for a little while.
Oh, I remember. I already know the story.
Okay. This was up in Woodstock, and Mom was kind of I referred to her as my paranormal canary.
Mm-hmm.
She would go into a place, and she would only spend maybe 10 seconds in there and says, I'm done. Nope.
And nope.
Nope, not happening here. So she goes and she turns around and says, I will be sitting in the car. I will see you at 3:00. And so now, great. So now she plants the seed. I'm sitting in the house there. That's probably a creep fest for the next 2 hours, waiting for somebody to come in. And on that day, we had 2 people come in. And other than that, I was sitting there by myself.
Aw.
So
Well, also, I did the photos for that house for you. And when we got the
there
photos
were
back,
orbs, wasn't
there was, whether you believe in orbs or not, and sometimes it can be light refracting, just stick with me to the end on this. Every photo that I took, because there's a certain way you have to take real estate photos, every single photo was covered in orbs, light refractors, whatever you want to call it.
They were actually blocking
Yeah,
different things like lamps and pieces
was-
of furniture and
pretty
stuff like that. It
scary.
was that big. And,
Yeah.
Oh, and the outside of the house, just like the Amityville Horror House, like the
Oh
window up
boy.
at the top with Jody and Peg and like that. Yeah.
good
So,
times.
But that was one of them. But yeah, I've been in a few creep fests. That was, and I remember also in Norwich where we went to a house that we had to go up the stairs first because the first level couldn't be shown. Tenants were there. We went upstairs because we thought that was the unoccupied place.
Oops.
Yeah, we went upstairs. There was a what do they call them? A
Squatter.
squatter. Yes, there was a squatter there, and he did not know that there was going to be anybody there. And
Most squatters don't.
this was in the wintertime, so it gets dark at 3:00, 3:30 in the afternoon practically. So we had our showing at 5:30 because you go see showings after you get out of work. So it was dark. We had our flashlights. We didn't know where the light switches were. So yeah, so it was sort of like, okay, nobody's going to get hurt. Don't kill us. We don't kill you. That's our deal. We will just look around. We won't know. We won't tell anybody you are here.
This is our little secret.
Yes. And,
Also, do you want to buy a house?
well,
Since you're here,
I don't think he was ready to buy yet.
Oh.
He had what he needed.
he was window shopping like to the hardcore.
Yes. So, but there was that. And probably, speaking of second floors, I got one more for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope you have more.
Oh, no, I got some more.
Okay.
But this was the
Because
second
we're on
floor
for a
one.
little while.
Yes.
We just started.
Okay. Also in Norwich. I don't know why everything seems to happen in Norwich.
Well, because
Well,
it's
we-
Norwich.
It's Norwich.
yeah. Okay. So
I used to live there. I can say it.
the house was close to being a tear down. It was the first floor was, well, we didn't know what the first floor looked like because once again, there was a squatter there.
Mhm.
But the owners knew that there was a squatter there and they had a court order to bring him out. It was like the end of September when we were looking there and the court order said to have him out by October the 6th. So we said, fine, whatever. We'll go upstairs and look at the second floor because there was a separate entrance to go up to the second floor. It was a 2-family home. Went up there. Everything was gutted down to the studs. And my investor client, I don't know where he gets his money from, but he goes, I think I'll buy this. I go, you kidding? You're fine. Oh, I can't say anything negative because
You're
it's
like,
sort
are
of
you
like,
kidding me?
yeah. So it's sort of like,
I did it.
sure, let's do this. So
Here's a pen.
we go, we're talking to the other agent on the phone outside on the phone, and we're getting some more information about our newfound friend that we never met downstairs, and said, so if we write up an offer, what can we do and when can we do it? And he goes, you can go in after October 6th. So, well, come close to October 6th, they got him out a couple days, I guess, before October 6th. Yeah, I ended up getting a call from the police around that. That was the morning that the house caught on fire.
Did he?
Yeah, they
Like if I can't have it, nobody can.
that's kind of the way it went, and they
Oh,
they let me know that it happened because they knew that we had a contract on it, an open purchase and sale agreement on it, and they said, "We're just letting you know. We're going to be asking you more questions later, but right now we just want to let you know."
I didn't do it.
Well, that was
Like that would have been me.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was like one of the first two sentences I did.
Yeah.
We weren't in that aisle.
Yeah, I didn't
We-
do it.
Were you the buyer or seller agent?
We were this buyer.
Okay.
We were purchasing.
So did
it.
this
Okay.
guy like put money on it already?
You already put $5,000 down on it.
Does that mean it had insurance? Or like what
Well-
happens? Like
Well, the purchase and sale agreement says that if the house is not exactly in the same condition as it was when the day that you signed the contract, you can rescind the contract. Well, it wasn't. It was about 40 feet shorter than
yeah.
it was when we saw it. So it
Did you
was-
buy it still?
It was no, we backed
Oh.
out.
It went from a colonial to a ranch.
But the police did find the guy within about an hour. He was having lunch at the Norwich McDonald's and he still smelled of gasoline. So,
I didn't know that part.
yeah. No, they got him. And I know his mother too.
Ooh.
Not
Did you
not-
tell her?
The owner's mother, not the guy who did
Oh,
it.
oh.
I'm sorry.
That made.
Oh, I was like, did
I
you
went
tell his
straight-
mom? I would have told his
I
mom.
would have gone up to his mom and be like, "Do you know what your son did?"
I am telling,
I'm telling your mom. No,
right?
I went the wrong direction on that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I knew his
He
mom.
brought us up to
too.
bring us down.
I feel so bad about that now.
Yeah. feels-
So
Yeah.
that was weird right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, so yes, we did back out of the contract, but that was so then that's when I started getting all the phone calls. I got it from the police and the buyer did too, but
Yeah.
I got it because I'm the one that did all the paperwork. So I'm used to apparently answering questions and doing paperwork. So why not call me? So you know,
You knew
the-
how many rooms it had. You could
the
answer a lot.
insurance company called me.
You know what it looked like
So
before?
in answer to your earlier question,
Yeah.
yes, the home was insured because the insurance company called me asking me various questions about when were you and why were you and how did you, what days were you there? And, did you see the person there? No, the owner wouldn't let
Yeah,
us go down there.
I just freaking watched. I was just
So-
like,
Got
hey,
some
you need,
popcorn.
do you need help?
What's up?
It looks heavy.
So, but,
Wow.
yeah, so that was kind of that story.
Well,
there.
there was another one in Norwich that I remember helping with that you were the selling agent, I believe, and the house got robbed. And I remember this because it was like months later, this showed up in the newspaper.
Yeah.
All right. So the house, I don't remember how much was left in the house, but there was enough that it got ransacked and stolen. So police had to be called again, and more questions were answered again.
My name is in the newspaper again.
So fast forward.
Just think you're a robber and an arsonist.
So fast forward like 6 months, and there was a yard sale down the street, and
No.
apparently the neighbor of the people who were selling the house, went to the yard sale and was like, "That looks familiar.
Yep.
That looks familiar too."
Oh, my Lanta.
So they called the cops, and 6 months later, they were able to get arrested because of being able to point out. I'm missing some other points.
I
I'm
can
sure.
fill in a couple of holes. for you.
Okay, yeah.
Well, those things that you're talking about, that was, how did they know what was in the house?
Right.
Well, it wasn't really on the house. What they saw
Oh,
was the things that were on the front porch.
oh, okay.
One
Very
of
close.
them was a standing lion, one of those kind of like that. I mean,
That's
not
hard to
just a little
miss.
lion. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a 4-foot high lion on a pedestal.
Little Lion
You-
Man.
And this was in just off of downtown Jewett City.
Yeah.
Just so, you don't see a whole lot of those in downtown Jewett City. Maybe in New Canaan, maybe Jewett City, not as many.
No.
All right. So that was one of the items. The other one was this huge seat that looks like one of those Morticia Adams chair. They had the big wicker.
We need one of those.
I want
Yeah.
one so bad.
So that was also in the yard.
Yeah,
sale.
that's hard to
Too bad
miss.
that was already sold.
And so I didn't go to the yard sale. So
Well-
I might have picked up a couple things, but
That reminds me of like me and my mom were driving and we were going to my aunt's house and we looked at her across the street neighbor and we're like, what? They're moving? What?
Oh no.
Nobody ever told it. Like, that's, well, we're mad now. Like, how are you not going to tell us that you're moving? Whatever. Yourself. And so we did whatever we were doing. I don't know if we were going shopping. I was little. I remember sitting on the porch and watching the moving trucks. And we go shopping and we come back and my mom's like, oh yeah, and by the way, so and so is just moving, like not gonna say bye, not gonna, give us a heads up. It's just like today's moving day. And my aunt goes, what? And she's like, right? They were getting robbed. They got moving trucks. They went up to the house. They had like 5 guys, but not the burger place, and just kept on emptying the house and like, bringing out the TV, bringing out the couches, emptied the house level, like nothing left in the house. Took the entire house. Yeah.
It's a good thing there was
In
no
the
good
broad
neighbors that offered to
daylight.
help.
And so, and like my mom knew them and was like, oh, I'm mad now. And I'm like, oh, you guys are in trouble. And I'm just like watching these people rob this house. I feel really bad about that. They were on vacation and they did this vacation every year. And so somebody,
They kind of knew that they were
it was
gone.
assumed that like it was somebody they probably kind of knew, cased the place. And since it was always the same time. And then my aunt was like, they're not moving, they're on vacation. Oh my God. Yeah, that was bad.
no.
That was in Norwich.
Shocking.
I'm sorry, Norwich.
So, well, I'll help Norwich out a little bit and I'll go back to Jewett City.
Okay.
But
They have good wings.
This was another open house that I was doing where I was on the selling side, as you said. And so then when I got there, I the easiest thing that I did is that I went around to the back door because that's where we had the lockbox at, because we just didn't want the lockbox on the front door and just because the house was right up by the curb. So,
those houses over there are so close to the
curb,
street.
It's sort of like,
it's a little bit of a giveaway.
Yes. Sort of like, you don't want to advertise that type of advertising. So I went around the back and I saw that the door was kicked in. And when I say kicked in, I mean the threshold was all splintered and the doorknob was broken off and in the middle of the room. And it looked like somebody took their feet or a battering ram or something like that and kicked it in. And they just had a good time in there. They rifled through the stuff. And the people that owned the home, they lived there part-time. They were in Massachusetts. They came down to Connecticut and they went to the casinos. They had family down there and like that. So it's kind of like their other home. So I'm sort of like, okay, I want another thing that's never happened to me before. So now what do? They didn't talk about this in real estate school. So in Jewett City, okay, local state trooper, I call the state police. That's what I'll do. So I called and Trooper Adam comes by, and this was a big time pouring down rain the entire 2 hours there. And I'm kind of glad that nobody did come to the open house because of the weather. Sort of like, not a good day for an open house. Just keep going. Gave all of that description, stuff like that. I notified the owners and they got some handyman or something like that to fix the back door there. And so then, like you said, 6 months later, I got a call from Trooper Adam. Said, I wanted to give you an update. We found 2 of what we believe are the 3 people, and we have them in custody. And the other one, we know who it is. We just can't find them yet because they, ratted out on them. And wanted to let you know about it. And this was way back in the days where you still were able to get the newspaper every day. And
you can still get it.
So the Norwich Bulletin had, the story there, and right in the second paragraph, and real estate agent Don Miller, right there, and the story about
So I would make a joke about you should like save all those and put them on the wall, but then you'd kind of look like a serial killer. Also,
But it's about
when looking
him.
for your headshot, I found out there is a serial killer in history named Don Miller.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, wait a minute.
It was a
wait
long
minute.
time ago. It's not him.
Technically, you were adopted.
That's right.
So technically,
Miller's my adopted name.
Oh,
and
snap.
technically, his stepfather was named Don Miller.
It was him. It's his fault.
That's okay. We don't
He's
like
gone.
him.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't like him.
Screw that guy.
Feel free to not like him either.
2 thumbs down.
Exactly.
So,
No stars.
No stars. 0 out of 10 or 5.
I do not recommend. So, any other fun, crazy stories?
You ever have a haunted house? Like, do
Well-
real estate agents talk about haunted houses?
Well,
Is this like a
I'm glad you
taboo?
brought that up because in Connecticut you don't have to talk about it. Where in some states,
You don't have to disclose like
no,
Mm-mm.
in some states, well, we have a thing called a property disclosure form, and you have to talk about material facts. In other words, if
there happened to be a gunshot
if
in
there
that
is-
wall.
if there is a hole in the roof, you have to talk about it. If the hot water heater doesn't work, well, you have to talk about it. If there's a ghost floating in every Tuesday and Thursday, you don't need to talk about it. So, because it's not a material fact.
They can come and go as they please.
Yeah. So you just kind of notice it. So, hauntings, murders, and suicides are 3 things that does not have to be disclosed in Connecticut.
Fun
So,
fact.
I just thought though, like we should piggyback on your dad's business here and have like, the dark tourism.
Mhm.
I bet you people would buy a house just because.
Well, and that has happened.
Mhm.
Like look at Amityville,
Yeah.
look at
Oh, there's been houses that he had that I remember being told that the buyers bought it solely because they were told it was haunted.
the
Nice.
Wyndham Inn.
All right.
Me and
Wyndham.
mom wanted to go in that so badly.
Yes. It was built in 1783.
Oh, it's haunted.
I had the chance to help buy that, and they took it off the market, and then it went back on the market a few months later for a day because they had a buyer, but they had to go through the routine of putting it on the multiple listing service to show it for sale. But they already knew who was going to buy it, so it was on the market for about an hour.
Okay.
So I believe that's how it happened, something like that. So, but yeah, that is probably one of the most haunted structures that I can think of in this area. And in some of the books that we got there at Mystic Seaport that
Mhm.
talks about the most haunted places in New England, yeah, Wyndham Inn is in there.
Did you experience anything there?
It was, yeah. Well, it's not like I saw, Jim, look, anything like that. But you, like
Little adrenaline spike at
the
least.
shows like Ghost Hunters and Taps, Ghost Adventures, some of those other shows like that. They talk about the feeling of dread.
Yeah.
You go in, you just kind of like, I'm not feeling good here.
Yeah.
I'm just
And
starting
you're
to get
not much,
nauseous.
at least back then, you weren't much of a believer either.
I did not really go for it too much.
Me and mom, him,
sort of like show me the floater.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. So
You want like the Beetlejuice experience?
yeah,
Like
Mhm.
the.
yep.
All
I
right.
wanted to see the sheet with no feet,
Yeah.
but it didn't really happen. But I did take mom's word for it, though. If she told me that there was something going on, I did not spend a lot of time in that basement,
Mm-mm.
but in the house that we went to or whatever.
All work and no play.
Yeah.
I did one video for you. There was a house you were doing in Groton Long Point, I think it was. And I remember I was doing the walkthrough with you for the day before the open house.
Mhm.
And we went into a basement, and the couple that used to live there was an elderly couple. They didn't leave because it felt weird.
Oh, they
I
still live there.
Yeah, like so I had my phone and like I'm recording or something for him, right? And I'm going like this. And as soon as I like stopped here, it felt like there was someone standing right in front of me. Couldn't see nothing, but it was very much we're done in this room.
Yep. We're done.
We're set.
Well, our own home in Lisbon,
Oh my god.
the one that you
Grew
grew
up
up
in.
in.
It was not good haunted. I think it was bad haunted.
It's bad
I
haunted.
It
think
was
so,
bad.
too.
It was bad
2
haunted.
thumbs down.
And you know what's one reason why I think it was bad haunted is because we were one of the homes that had a shallow well,
Oh, that's right.
you know, in the basement where you have a well that the house was literally built around the well.
Think
Oof.
of The Grudge.
No, I don't like scary movies.
I haven't seen The Grudge, so
It's
That's
about,
I don't
like-
think I want to.
Or no, is it The Ring?
The well where she comes out.
Yeah. Oh,
That's-
no. It is one of the two.
That's The Grudge. Long hair.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know.
Is that a homework
Uh,
assignment
scared
for a
the-
future
no,
episode?
Scared the crud out of me. I know that.
I'm gonna Google it right now. Carry on.
So- But and it's not like this is capped off. I mean, all it is just a wooden cover
It was out.
that you take off, you know, a piece of plywood that was cut in a circle, and you take it off, and there it is, about 14, 15 feet down. And the hose goes down that comes out to the pump that's in the basement. And you look down, and it's, you know, sort of like the portal to hell, right straight down.
It was
And-
The Ring.
Oh, is it the ring?
So, you know, things.
I don't like it.
It was creepy.
We kept the cover on it because
Well, yeah.
we thought that if we left the cover off
Something
some
would come
evenings,
out.
that something would just kind of come out on its own.
I remember a few times you letting me look down the well.
You
and
start like when you look down at something like that, whether it's your own mind or not, it is creepy because you start seeing things.
Well, it's like looking
there's
in a mirror.
rocks down there, and you just kind of wait
Is
for
it a
one of those
rock?
rocks to move.
Yeah. It's like going to a funeral and you stand there and it's like,
Waiting for them to pop up.
especially like open casket, you're like staring at them like,
Well, I mean, there is that phenomenon that we did experience that when someone is getting ready to pass away, they have a moment of, I don't want to say
Rally.
energy, but
Yeah.
it's not, they move.
kind of energy.
Well, I mean, it's energy, but I don't know what else to call it, where they all of a sudden move very fast. And this was, you know, a few days before my mom passed away. And we were sitting in the room and, you know, sad because, you know, not actually a happy event. So
oh my God, tell me she scared the shit out of you.
she scared the shit out of us.
Good
This
job,
is
Mama.
exactly what happened. So I was standing, he was sitting in a chair, and we're talking. We're probably both crying because, you know,
Sad.
Next thing we see, my mom, who's been comatose
For about 4 days.
4 days at this point, in a bed, goes like this. And me and him were like, "Are you a believer now?"
Oh, good job, Mama.
Just, not a flinch.
No,
No.
full arms up in the air. I was like,
She had to stretch.
"Well, yeah, I will give her that."
Y'all didn't
Definitely
bring her to
stretch.
yoga or nothing. No.
She didn't like yoga.
No.
She was like me. She wasn't into yoga.
No.
No.
Not much into
So-
yoga.
But
So anyway,
so
real estate
okay,
stories.
yes, some more. You know, the thing about
Enough about our
homes
family.
that can make it negative is when you get them stigmatized. You know, like if they've had bad stuff happen to them,
Oh, like murders.
like murders.
We've talked about that. Like you create the energy that
Mhm.
Mhm.
is there.
Right.
Well,
feed
sometimes it works out to your advantage because
Please elaborate.
okay, well, friends of ours that you know also that I've helped them buy several multifamily homes. That we were looking at a 5-family home in New London,
Oof.
and they were interested in this one. And price was now this was before the craziness prices of this year and last year. This was back,
It was before 2020. Right?
yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
like 2017, 2018, something
Mhm.
like that. So we're looking at the house, a little high in price. But they're thinking about it. And she goes and Googles it, and like she does,
Oh no.
she's
She's a researcher.
a researcher, troller, or whatever. You know, she goes and finds
Deep
the
dive.
A
underground.
sleuth.
She deep dives.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
So
not a troll. We like her.
She's not a troll.
right.
No, trolls are the mean people on the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what it
Yeah,
is?
that's
Yeah,
she's
no,
not a troll.
no, she's
if
not a
you
troll.
guys know
Wrong
her,
end of the spectrum.
yeah,
Okay.
other end. She's
Thank
like a sleuth.
Help me out here.
We got you.
Thank
We got
Yeah.
you. Don't
Okay.
worry.
So
We didn't give names. She
it
was-
took
she was a man.
about 7 minutes for her to find this. And I went back to the real estate agent, says, we're about to give you an offer, but it's going to be somewhat significantly lower,
Mhm.
about $25,000 lower, because this, you know, we found that the crime that happened there about 3 months ago, where in apartment 1, there was a domestic violence issue, and she shot her husband in the butt with a, and he's was in the hospital for about 5 days, and I don't know if I know he survived. I don't know if he is wearing a bag now or anything like that, but I mean, he did
So
survive.
he was like beating her, and she
Probably, and she just,
in self-defense.
yeah. So,
I have no opinion.
but Dale, he was okay with that. He rip up the carpet, paint the walls. It's all good.
Yep.
Apartment 1 is now available for re-rental.
Apartment 1.
Little Sage.
And
You'll be fine. Ready for the market.
so,
That's a shitty situation. Sorry, it's not funny. Mm-mm.
Oh, it's hilarious.
So, that's
Please, we have dark humor.
that's the
We can-
stigmatize things that can actually help you. So,
Did you know there's a website that I'd have to look it up, but to see if there's been any crime at your address? Yes, I did look up mine before I bought it.
I don't know if I want to know.
I did because I'm weird like that. Get it? Weird. Okay. So anyway, any other fun stories? Because we have a really fun game we want to play with you.
okay, let me find one more here. Let's see. Well, I don't know if it's. Let me tell you about the job titles that realtors have.
Oh, okay.
It's not just being a realtor, but you're also a counselor, a babysitter,
Mhm.
a pet sitter, priest, a medic. I remember one time where we were out looking at a house, came out in the front yard, and her. We'll talk later about that, but had 3 kids, and the youngest kid out there, and had decided to take his shoes off. Why? I don't know, but decided to take his shoes off. And he's the one that found the bee's nest in the grass.
Yes.
Tagged him. So
Found out he was allergic?
I don't know if we ever got to that point. I didn't reach that level of my relationship with them. So,
You're like, I have your baby.
but
He's not happy.
so, obviously the sellers aren't there. We're there for the showing. So I go into medic mode. I'm running inside. I now know that they have an ice maker in their refrigerator because I got a bunch of ice and paper towels coming out. We do this and that. And they're now taking we didn't buy that house, by the way.
Okay.
So, so we have a lot of tags and titles and badges that we wear as well as just realtor.
Well, sometimes you need to be that. I remember you were my father, realtor, and counselor, and talking off of ledger for me when I was buying a house.
Talking off of. Okay.
That's how I will say it.
Okay. You said something about a game.
Yes. So we played this game the other week where you have to guess.
Oh, that's the wrong one. I made that though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that my new business card?
I like it. I
It's
think it
the
should be
Dawn.
the Dawn.
So we played this game where you have to guess the price of the house, and each guess gives you a little bit more information. So this first one only tells you the state and the town that it was in.
Oh, wait a minute.
And
Can't do it that way.
you're going to guess what you think it's sold for. And the more skips that you have to do to get more guesses, it'll tell you like how many bathrooms, how many bedrooms, when was it sold, and whatnot. So
do I get lesser points? Is it with the
Well,
more guesses we have to do?
I don't think there's really
I mean,
points.
Good.
I'll still call you my dad.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Aw.
I
6
won't disown
guesses
you.
remaining.
All right. So this one's in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
This is the first picture. So it looks like it
That's all
two-
we know about it. It's
two-ish
right now.
car garage. Private.
Each picture will get more detailed, but they want you to do what you
So
we
you have
should
to guess like the
probably-
price.
So we should probably analyze this for a moment or two.
That's
Yeah. Okay.
the game.
Yard looks fairly manicured. I mean, with the trees actually look like trees and don't look like that they've been, needing a trimming for the last year. So it looks like it's been maintained and out of foreclosure. So Birmingham, Alabama. We don't know yet how many.
No, that's in the next
Bedrooms or anything.
guesses.
All right, so we'll go with a guess of 300,000.
Now it'll tell us if we're too low, too high. So we have to go
Lower.
down.
Wow, really? With a fireplace? Hold on. And I learned you can like zoom in.
Okay, so now we know that was just recently sold this
Right.
year.
Yep.
So
Like
each thing,
a few
each
days
one will tell
ago.
us more.
And this is
It looks-
lower than 300,000?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Not down, just down.
Just down.
down.
There is down too. I
It'll
like the
give you-
windows.
It'll
Down,
give you
down
like
means
two.
severely down, huh?
It gives you arrows up or
Look
down,
at those windows.
and then
They're all the way to the floor. Do you know how many plants I could have in that corner with the double window all the way to the floor?
well, if you ever find a house, I have a realtor.
If you ever
Mm,
have windows all the way to the floor, I'm considering it.
I'll keep that open.
I want a glass house so bad. I would live in a glass house. Ugh,
Okay, we're gonna unpack that later.
yeah,
So,
That sounds like something for another episode.
oh, it will be.
seriously.
Okay, so it can't be too much below 300,000. I mean, no
We have to
way.
get within 5% for it to like
Yeah.
click.
For it to register. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and this is the only other picture we get to see.
Right now.
Yeah.
All right, and it was sold this year. 275,000.
Oh.
I
How
like
much
the
we-
hardwood floors.
Me too. I wish mine looked like that.
I wish I had a fireplace. I wish it was a little bit taller. Oh,
You got it.
271.
271. Good
All
job,
right.
Now,
Dad.
of course, if that was in New England, that would not be
Oh no,
271,000.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
here we go. West Des Moines, Iowa.
Iowa. I'm going
Okay.
with 2 million.
I was originally from Illinois, so this is right down the street from me. No, it's
You're
not.
Is this both? This would be the whole property, right? Yeah, it matches.
Well, it
I
would have a
mean,
guest house.
It
It looks like.
the guest house. And
It's a
pool
guest house.
whatever.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Guest house is almost as big as the main
A little
house.
she shed.
or an in-law place for
I don't know if I would let my
Y-
in-laws
your
live there.
in-law. I don't know. I don't have any. I'll just fill it with.
Oh
those.
my Lanta, do you see those windows? Oh, and plants off that. Plants.
I would say 2.5 because it looks like there's more land with it too.
Yeah.
And what did
Talk
you
about
say?
them. I said 2 mil.
Well, if this is like the price is right, I'm going low then.
Oh, we're going Bob Barker rules.
All right.
$1, Bob.
50 cents.
No, I'll go 1.1 million.
Well, we want to start with him.
Yeah.
Expert opinion.
He's, the guest
or
and knows more about houses.
1,100,000.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
and a bunch of zeros.
Up.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you got an up.
Much more.
up.
Okay, you guys' turn.
All
now.
right. Hold on. So it was sold last year.
Look at that.
That is
a lot
some-
going on there.
that is a lot of craziness.
Jeez.
Second floor that you can overlook has an overlook.
Plants,
Yeah.
Stop looking at the
plants, all hanging. It looks like it continues like,
Yeah, it looks
all
like it
the
would
way
go back
around.
this way.
oh
I
man.
still say,
You still say 2.5?
yeah.
I'll agree with you because I said 2. So, I mean, that's in my ballpark too. I think we're wrong though. I think it's up. It's
Up.
Oh, we're still up.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. So the lot has 7
I'm going with
acres.
5 now. Like, I would double it. Like,
Double it.
that is a lot of.
That's a
Well,
lot
that's
of
7
cars.
acres. I might even go
But see,
7.
for lot size, once you get over like 3 acres, then you start getting into wooded area, and it's not really adding that much more. To
But
the
it
value.
doesn't look like it.
But in the first picture, it didn't look much wooded. Is that water?
I know. I was like, is that water?
Or is that just really pretty sky?
Now we're sleuthing.
Oh,
It doesn't look like woods. It looks like maybe it goes into. Where are we?
West
Is
Des
there
Moines.
marshes? Are
West
there-
Des Moines, Iowa.
I don't know anything about Iowa.
I don't know.
Do they have marshes there?
They have cornfields and houses like this.
So let's do 4.5. Those chairs are giving me a headache.
They have a lot of lines on their chairs.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just up. Just
Okay.
enough.
Only up.
You have a fireplace in your bedroom.
7 bathrooms. I appreciate that.
I just want 1.5 because I'm like outside the bathroom, like, are you almost done? I'm going to pee myself. Like,
That was one of my requirements. I had to have more than one bath, even if it was a half bath.
I've always heard, like, when you're searching for houses and stuff, don't worry about the stuff you can add. Worry about the stuff that's really hard to add. Like,
Right.
if you need a swimming pool, like in ground, okay, that's something you need. But if you're thinking about an above ground one, well, you can buy that later. But if you want like more than one bathroom, that's a need.
Right.
I just want 1.5. I was like, just put something in the basement. And it doesn't even need walls. I just need to not pee myself.
I appreciate the proximity. You know, I want to be within.
You don't have to go far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any room you're in, you're probably going to be near a bathroom.
All right. So we only have to go up from, what was it, 4.5?
4.5 was last.
So 5 increments.
Look at that bathroom.
That is a clawfoot tub, my friends.
I'm not looking at our comments. I bet you Ben is losing his mind right now.
Oh, well.
Oh, no. Maybe he's not watching.
Well, what the heck? He's not watching?
5, you said?
Just 5 for now. Because
5.
it was only up, not up.
Wow. What is that? Is this a movie?
It looks like a big
Theater.
screen.
Oh my. It's like there's a
That
projector.
almost looks like not Top Golf, but like virtual,
Yeah.
because it looks like there's turf.
Oh yeah. It might be a virtual. Well, it would just be a screen anyway. So
I could
it looks
wear
like
my
projector.
T-Rex shirt.
You could. Well, now that changes everything.
Oh goodness,
Wanted to see if their outlets were USB and plug.
because that would change.
That would
everything.
change a lot. Look at those windows. Oh my god.
Dad, thoughts?
This is out of my.
It's up above 5. So
We just got to keep going, I guess. Go at 6.
I think this.
I think this one's out of my wheelhouse. Like
Oh,
What?
14. 14 easy.
I am. Well, no, it's not 14, because it was only up from
did you?
Oh,
pull the
that's
first-
right.
5.
But do we trust that? Last time, like, oh, down.
Oh, down.
No way. For a basketball court, a full size basketball court, what is this place? I mean, can we get
Wow.
between $6 and $5 million real quick? Like, I will.
Anyone want to
Are we?
give me a loan?
This is the last.
Yeah, and
Yes,
it's
yes.
between 6 and 5. So I mean, if we 5, it's gonna
Yeah.
click. I think.
And if not,
Then we just suck. It's fine.
it's fine.
It was close.
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean we win?
You said less than
Oh,
5%,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay,
was
nice.
close,
That
as
was
in
close.
we-
Yeah, I get it.
Almost didn't get it.
It didn't say good job, so I felt like I did a bad job.
Yeah.
We
My
didn't
brain
suck
is
as bad
broken.
as we could have.
That
Next.
is beautiful. You know how many plants I could hang from a basketball hoop?
By the way, quick break before we go into the next house. I remember one of the previous episodes you were talking about the dream sequences.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Just remembered that you were talking about talking to our neighbor about a saloon or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you knew this or not, but where we lived at along Route 12, that was known as the stagecoach route
No,
in southern New England.
did not know that.
Yeah. Where they had because you also know that less than a mile away from our house was the oldest railroad tunnel.
track. Yeah.
And so
I may
what
or may not have walked
paralleled
through it.
what parallel yeah, and I
I'm
mean,
old enough now.
I
You
may
can't do
or-
nothing.
I may or may not have known about that too.
You didn't, not at the time.
Not that day, but what paralleled the railroad tracks was the stagecoach route.
I never knew that.
Yep.
Whoa, so my dreams were on point.
So
Wow, my
yeah.
house was haunted.
think back to one of your previous episodes.
Oh, thanks for watching, Dad.
yeah, I did see
Aw.
that.
He
All
likes
right,
you.
so
All right.
Buffalo, Oklahoma.
100,000.
That looks like it's kind of in need of some help.
Yeah, we got like the windows look like they still have lead paint on them. The roof doesn't look horrible.
I say 95.
And I'll go 90.
All right, we'll go
We're
with
all
the
within
expert.
close.
Down. Yeah, no shit. I'm sorry.
Do you guys have an edit feature?
Not right now. We'll get a buzzer or something next time.
Okay. So now one of your turns. It's less than 90.
75. Because the walls are kind of dirty.
I think right now it's going for whatever somebody.
I think
paid
this
for
was
it.
definitely a foreclosure or something. Like they
Yeah.
just got out. Like nobody cared. Like just get out, get the stuff out, call it a day.
The carpets don't look bad though for a foreclosure.
Would that matter? Like in a house? Like if you
No,
were selling
carpets
this,
will
like
probably rip up anyway.
yeah, like you would paint anyway.
Yeah. Most carpets get 20
But I think
anyway.
it's this. I think it's situational.
Down,
yeah,
down.
yeah, it's definitely a foreclosure.
Down.
In an
Going
earlier
down,
round.
in an earlier.
Sugar, we're going down swinging. Somebody was swinging
I like
something at
some of
these
the
walls.
shows like Flipping Las Vegas or something like that. Man, they got some horrible houses.
All
that
right,
they
have you
start to
ever
take on.
changed a light bulb in one of these mother father things
Yep.
where your like heart is like
My
because you're like holding it
Full.
up and you're on a
Mhm.
ladder and you're like no.
I used to live in a townhouse that's all the fixtures were that, and it was annoying.
All of my fixtures are this, and my house is a little bit scary. It's a little bit haunted, and
This
it's a
is also
little
true.
bit broken. And
It's
those
also true.
things together are not good because like I keep on opening things like this booby light on the wall.
I call it that.
It's a booby light.
Yep.
It has a nipple and everything.
Okay, up until now, I never called it that. Now
You're never gonna see it any different.
Well,
Um,
That's
the
what
next
it is.
showing I have. I'm
Yep.
gonna be-
put two in a room and you're golden. So you have this, and like when you're putting it back up, you have to make like you don't want to break the glass with the metal
Mhm.
that's going through it. But I take mine down, and because like all the light bulbs blow like every 5 seconds, and so the fixture itself, I don't trust because I feel like they're holding it together with tinfoil, and I'm like electricity, tinfoil.
Think of it as content.
I don't know what to do. So, I don't like the booby light.
Remember when you had to help me change the one at the townhouse that was on the tallest ceiling?
Yeah, the one
that we
where
had to-
the landing that goes.
Yeah, so just picture me and him, which by the way, I'm a good like half foot taller than him. I'm trying to climb up a ladder that is about what, a 10-foot ladder? It was a big ladder. In like the landing of
on
the
stairs on a landing.
just because
Like you got like milk crates and books under the thing to keep it level.
No, I had him. So he was holding the ladder because I had longer arms because the ladder didn't even reach the light. But all the lights blew out at that point. So I needed to change the light bulbs.
Oh,
It was an
boy.
adventure. It was a good father-daughter moment. All right, your turn.
Me?
Yeah.
50. And if you're not, I mean, it is a house,
It's a shell.
right? But like,
It's structure.
there's definitely a lot of opportunity. I'm like, 50 is no.
Whoa.
$1, $1, Bob. I don't know. Because I
Calm down.
honestly think like $50,000. Once you get out and into like that's not a lot of money.
See, this is not smell-o-vision. You may be having very nasty stuff going on. You may have the animal smell in there. And
But
things like
you
that.
also have like these are not new windows. I get that. So, but where are we?
Oklahoma.
Buffalo, Oklahoma.
It's always warm there, right? Is it always warm there?
Oh, it's tornado country.
Right. You have like Tornado Alley or something.
All right, but like I just think the uniqueness of it too is worth it.
But if you look across the street at that house doesn't really look like, if you think of CMA like things.
Country Music Awards?
No.
Comparative housing.
I was like, what are you talking about? Like
Comparative
you think
market
Garth Brooks
analysis.
lives there?
No. Comparative market analysis.
All right.
So
Yeah, what she said.
Look at you pulling out the professional
Remember,
alphabet
I went to
soup.
real estate school before he did. I just didn't continue with it. So I can't see the neighborhood being that up to par.
Well, we got 2 more guesses that go above $1.
25.
We're just gonna cut it in half.
Yeah.
Am I adding too many zeros? I don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
Up.
Oh.
Okay. Well, now it's hard. Because now it's between 25 and 50. So, oh. Oh,
Okay.
okay. We
Okay.
have
That's
a
where the washer goes.
into a hose spigot.
That's the washer, and then off to the right is the dryer.
Oh, okay, because it has that special. Okay.
That's the outlet, and then
Yeah, all right.
dryer
It's an
vent.
event.
I didn't know there was like a hose.
It doesn't normally.
I'm like, did they put this addition on like really quickly?
It
Like,
doesn't
what?
normally look like
Doesn't
that.
look like there's
Okay.
a basement there. All the stuff is right.
Also, it doesn't look up to code.
So let's see. Right down the middle is 3750. Do we want to go above that?
Well, it's not above 50. It's between 25.
No, I said 3750.
Oh.
37,500.
Why not?
All right, now you're like just being nitpicky. Stupid game.
30 or 31.
I love ceilings like this. They're a pain in the butt, but I love them.
Yes, they are. I say 31.5.
Also, I might be moving to Oklahoma.
We'll miss you. We're not going there.
Yeah. No.
I know nothing about.
30.
Oh,
That's
that is a
rough.
cheap house.
I mean, given
It's
the location,
Wow, yikes.
but also, like the town, like I was explaining, or the street.
Look,
So we're coming close to an end here.
okay.
Should somebody want to call you because they need a realtor, one that has experience with haunted houses or weird things,
I want to check
Or-
that out with them.
or you know how to contact the police,
I have every police department, non-emergency police department in my phone in the area.
and
'Cause
that's a good thing to have.
you don't want to call 911 to say
Mm-mm.
I'm scared because I just saw something float by.
Right.
who are you gonna call?
Don Miller. So, best way to get a hold of you would be
I'm with Berkshire Hathaway, and my phone number, and
we have it up on the screen right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you're
there you
driving,
go.
take a screenshot real quick.
Yeah.
Or
Or just watch this later and help us with views. We would appreciate that. That would be awesome.
yes.
860-861-5609.
And,
Also,
Rude.
what?
and then also
Rude.
if you
Not
Google Don Miller space realtor, it'll go right there.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I did wrong.
Ah, well, also, in case you don't have a phone, there's also an email.
Yep.
Which is also on the screen right now.
Screenshot.
Yay.
Thank you. And I want to check out some spooky, creepy, scary places.
Yeah? You're going
Yes.
to do a ghost hunt with us?
Sure.
He's offered to be the cameraman.
Heck yeah.
So we just
Yep.
need to do it.
I don't like scary movies, but I'll go talk to a ghost.
I'm not into scary. Well, I'm into scary movies. I'm not into horror movies.
I'm into
What's the
really
difference?
messed up movies. I don't like jumping because I have back problems. So it just hurts. Jumping hurts.
My favorite horror movie is The Crow, which technically I don't see it as a horror movie, but
No.
apparently that's what it's labeled as because I checked one day.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe because of the backstory and Brandon Lee or whatever, but
I would
I-
call it like a
I'm-
psychological thriller. I don't know. Like
I don't know.
just cool, emo. I don't
But
know.
I like the haunted stuff. I can't do gore. Like it's just
I
not.
don't do gore.
I used to, and now I'm like, you know what? There's other genres. I'll just go with that.
I
There's
could
plenty of other
do.
movies. It's not that.
I could
Right.
definitely
Like you
do
should.
like appropriate gore, but the overkill of gore and you're just being gross to be gross.
Yeah.
Eh.
There was, I think it was the
Nah.
last Rambo movie I went to go see in theaters, and it was very gory to the point of like uncomfortable. It was not Like I couldn't enjoy the movie because it was
Body
just
parts going in different directions.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie because I liked the Rambo series, but it just, yeah.
My dad loved watching TV, and he would watch like the most jacked up stuff, like scary movies and stuff. And I was allowed to watch whatever he was watching. Well, I mean, what are you going to do with the kid? And I was really young,
Well, he was
and
babysitting.
yeah, he was babysitting. No, he was just telling me to reach the snacks because my mom used to like hide them, and I used to climb in the closet. So he's watching the Jackal, and I think it has Jack Black in it, and this guy who's like created or built his own bazooka, and it's like spot on, and the guy's like, yeah, okay, whatever. He's like, no, seriously, and he hands him a pack of cigarettes, or he has a pack of cigarettes. He's like, hold that up. And the guy's, well, you're crazy, and he goes and he's like, nope, back up a little bit, back up, and he holds up this pack of cigarettes,
Oh, no.
and he blows his arm off. And that I screamed like I've never screamed in my I never at that point saw any dismemberment gore. So now
That's
I think something broke in my brain where I cannot do dismemberment gore. The one part of Jaws that I hate is the
yeah.
head coming out of the but I scream like a moron every single time.
Campy kind of horror I'm okay with. So, fun plug for me, I was in a horror movie and it was very, very campy. It wasn't,
I loved it. Are you talking about Founders Day?
yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Like there was some gore, but it wasn't
I loved
grotesque.
it.
And he can't stand horror movies to that degree, but he actually
Did you go see
I
it?
did.
he sat next to me in the theater. We had a group of people, but he actually stayed the whole time and kept his eyes open the whole time. And he was happy to know that I survived in case there's a sequel.
And I even bought it on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, I don't have a Blu-ray recorder, but I have it on Blu-ray if in case I go to a yard sale and I ever find a Blu-ray recorder.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Or I can
You can borrow my PlayStation.
Let's get your dad a PlayStation. It's fine.
Right.
In case you know I make it huge
Yeah.
because he doesn't have anything
You
else.
should sign that for him.
Yeah, because he has no other connection to me than a Blu-ray DVD of a movie I did, as opposed to just calling his daughter up.
There's one or two things.
A few. We're not going to get into that right now.
Okay.
So
But I appreciate you inviting me to come spend the afternoon with you.
I'm very glad that you were here
Thank
too. So before we end, I want to give a quick shout out that there is an event coming up in August at the Luz Center for the Arts at the Woodstock Academy South Campus. And what it is that it's going to be promoting the community's heroes, whether it's active military, veterans, first responders, nurses, and more. Red Light, the band that I am slightly partial to, I don't know why, maybe because I work with them, that they are going to be the entertainment there. Up on the screen right now, we have the information. There should be a section to get tickets, and we shared it on our social media page. So if by chance you are only listening to this, you can go to our Facebook page and all the information will be there too.
You're gonna save about $1.75 if you get it before.
This is also true. And it's going to be a great night. There's so many different things happening.
Oh, look at that.
And oh,
Wow. It's only $25.
tickets are $25 each on sale now.
Nice.
Their goal is they want to break even at 280 tickets and raise thousands for the initiatives at 500 plus. So everybody
I was
go do
gonna
this.
say,
It'll
they
be a
can't.
fun
They
night.
can't break even. Like that cannot be their. That's
I'm
not
gonna
where
be
this
there.
ends. Like
I'll-
they need to make. They're doing a really great thing. It's really hard to do
Yeah.
things like this when you own a business. And the band, as cool as it is still a business.
Mhm.
These guys carry around their own merch, which means they buy their own merch first. They're putting a lot of money up front, and then they volunteer to do stuff like this.
Technically, I carry the merch
Yeah.
because
Well,
I'm the merch person.
yeah, but they have you.
That's what I just said. I'm the one who carries the
Yeah,
merch.
you're with the band.
They don't carry it. I just wanted credit for that.
You guys should help her bring in the merch, please. And so,
But anyway,
it's just like when you do something like this, breaking even would be great to not be completely depressed, but to really help our community.
but it's a great cause,
it's amazing.
especially
Yeah.
close to me because my dad is a veteran. He was in
Hey.
the Navy.
Yes.
Thank
So-
you for your service.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
was a Navy brat.
You're still a brat.
Yes, I am, and I am proud of it. Well,
All right.
that's about all I have. Any closing words, DJ or the Don?
it. I'm good with it. Once again, it's good talking, being weird about real estate.
And you were
because,
our first guest.
yes, I will always have that.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Look
Our
what I
first
made.
official. Oh, we're almost official with cool things.
I make cool things.
Yay!
So
So
thanks
thank
for
you.
tuning in. We still have merch.
I don't have mine on, but it's there. I promise.
I like these because it kind of reminds me of my punk rock days when you safety pin something
Right.
to the back of your shirt. And you're not going to follow me.
Mm.
You're too
No,
smart
it
for me.
showed.
It
No,
almost showed.
It showed.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was given an honor.
Oh yeah, I
No.
made an honorary shirt for him because
Where's your shirt?
well, he had to show the time.
I had to do the Father's Day gift.
The next time he can wear the shirt.
But
But
Look at that building over there.
it's the father of co-founder.
Yeah.
is
Yes.
what it says.
Oh, I
well,
love that.
I customized your hoodie, my hoodie, because we were proud that we finally got our business off the ground. So DJ is in green. Mine
If this is the ground,
yeah,
we are
actually, mine's
here.
over there. But mine says Steph, co-founder in blue. But I made him one that said Don, dad of co-founder.
that's adorable.
But you can always get anything else on our merch site, and we would appreciate it that you rock our gear
yeah, or sponsor us.
or that.
I need money.
fun.
We're hip. We're cool.
Yeah, we're like the cool kids.
And sooner or later, we're going to get haunted. So, hey.
My house is already haunted. We could just hang out in my living room.
Yeah.
I
That's
do have
true.
a REM pod.
That's right. You do have a REM pod.
Thanks to you for Christmas.
Yes. How many
Weirdsterly.com.
people give their kids a REM pod for Christmas?
I
That's-
didn't even
that's
know
one-
what one was until she showed me her creepy cat thing.
Yep.
Yep.
It is in the shape of a cat.
It's creepy.
All right.
She's all
We're
talking
done.
to ghosts and they're all talking back.
Bye.
We're done now.
Stay weird.